Hi, we're about to be roommates.
Oh my gosh, yes we are.
That
That's
is
fact.
that's gossip.
And that's the tea here, let me tell you that much.
And that is a Hi Guys exclusive.
Yeah.
Come here first for all of your hot goss needs. You heard it here first. Rodolfo is moving in with us. He is
The-
honorary Hi Guy.
Yeah.
I'm a drunk guy.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Claudio. And
we're
the
Hi
Hi Guys. All right, hello. We are here recording with Rodolfo. Rodolfo, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Rodolfo Robles-Cruz. I am a Fresno native. I do theater, poetry, art, you name it.
Damn.
Love
Talented.
Multiversatile.
Well, we're going to swing into the vibe check here. Rodolfo, what are you drinking? Where did you get it from? And what are you listening to, watching, or doing lately?
What I'm drinking is a Dust Bowl Hazy IPA.
Wow.
Mhm. I got it from my local corner store.
Keep it in
We
the
love
neighborhood.
Yeah, and while I'm vibing out, you know what? I've been listening to a lot of gay music, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I get it.
Well,
You
it
know-
depends, what kind of gay are we talking?
Well, it ranges from like gay classics, like I don't know, just random soulful music. You know, the Queen doing Aretha Franklin, some oldies, some Blondie.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then some contemporary stuff like Perfume Genius. You know.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I've been vibing
Mhm.
out. I've been in the fantasy recently.
Yes, living the fantasy, one might say.
Yes.
Chris.
Oh, that's me. Today I smoked out of a strawberry lemonade cartridge from Winbury Farms.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty delicious. You can really taste the flavor in it. And what have I been vibing to? I just started playing a new PS4 exclusive video game, Horizon Zero Dawn. It's been a beautiful experience.
That's beautiful. Happy for you.
Yeah. Thanks. I highly recommend it. It is about a girl in a futuristic, almost weird dystopian society. And it's like almost like time has reverted itself. So like we've got super smart and all of our technology was advanced. And then like it's kind of like not Stone Age, but definitely like foraging, savaging, fire for light. But they still have some technology. It's really weird. But yeah, and it's female led. Go women.
Yeah, you were saying too that who was it that like the PS4 is like the gay console?
Yes.
That's what I said because I feel like gay people gravitate towards the PlayStation 4 more because like it's sleek, it's cool, like and like the games. There's so many
The gays.
Yeah, the games.
And it's fun gay.
There are so many female-led games and like so many great, beautiful stories being told, and it's just like I don't know, dude. It's gay. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, because what does Xbox have? Halo guy.
But that's only like between like if we're saying what do gays prefer, Xbox or PlayStation 4? Because we all know that every gay is like Nintendo.
Yep. 100%.
If they're not either, they're always Nintendo. Somebody had a Game Boy at some point because Pokemon.
A game.
A gay boy.
Let me tell you, gay people love Pokemon too.
Yeah.
They do. It's so weird because so many like quote unquote like the pretty gays, or, like the popular gays that like you see in high school and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You would never think they'd be like weebs or like a Pokemon nerds, but they totally are.
They're
Yeah.
are.
It's so funny.
They're like Sylveon's my favorite. The Eevee evolution line is the best evolution line. Fight me. But like they're right.
Yeah, but you can't deny it.
Yeah.
But like yeah, that's just a fact. Like if you try, like what are you gonna say? Like fucking okay, Jinx is pretty iconic.
Oh yeah, Jinx is the drag queen of Pokemon.
She is.
Would she win Drag Race?
Oh man,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'd vote for
I
her.
don't know because have you seen Mr. Mime's new form?
With the top hat,
and he's tap dancing everywhere. I think he would get really far.
Oh my god!
I think it's the equivalent of runway Rue in drag, and then like workroom Rue in the suit. Jinx is the drag version of Mr. Mime.
Of Mr. Mime, the hat comes off, the wig comes on.
Oh my god! We've made the connection.
We cracked the code, Nintendo at Pokemon Company. We know what you're doing.
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay, so today I took, get this, cannabis-infused mints.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So each one was 2.5 milligrams. So they're kind of like weak sauce on their own. But if you take a lot, they're pretty great.
What happens if you put them in Coke?
Anyway, it is by Kiva Confections Petra, and it's pineapple flavored, so it tasted pretty great.
That's a good drag name, Kiva Confections.
Oh,
welcome to the stage, Kiva Confections.
Trademark that shit. Trademark it.
I love that.
Or when you do drag Rodolfo, that better be your name.
Oh my god! Wait, do you guys have drag names?
I have one. I said it in the first episode, or the legendary episode, but because Damon, who does drag, his drag name's Harley Sin, so I said that my drag name was going to be Poison Ivory if he put me in drag.
Cute.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I love that.
Didn't you always have one besides that, though?
Cece Sriracha. Come for me. Anyone in the community, Cece Sriracha.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's spelled C-I-C-I. Cece Sriracha with a C for Sriracha.
My drag name is a play on the word mystic, but it's Miss Thick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh damn.
Okay.
Isn't that ridiculous?
No, I love that. But yeah, that's what I got high on today. But recently I have been rewatching this Netflix original animated series called Hilda. And it's about this girl who constantly deals with like trolls and giants and wisps. She deals with them like in a very like wildernessly land, and they're all British, and it's so cute. But the art style is like has a great color scheme. Everything's always like the same vibe. The story is so sweet, and the animation is beautiful. And I just love hearing little kids who are British. I don't know something about
so
it.
sweet.
They're like, "Oh, that's rubbish," and I'm like, I eat that shit up.
Isn't there a movie about British kids? Like Matilda?
Wait, somebody in British.
That's the only one. It's just Matilda.
That's great. I love that.
But okay, I'm glad we're all feeling great, vibing well. So we're gonna get into a quick little summary of Drag Race. Chris, can you take it away?
Of course. For those of you who don't know, the art of drag at its core is female impersonation. And there are a lot of different layers and facets and styles for doing drag, but we don't have time. So we're just going to tell you what you need to know about RuPaul's Drag Race. All you need to know is that being a drag queen takes charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Or at least that's what RuPaul says on our show of the week, RuPaul's Drag Race. Yay! RuPaul's Drag Race is a reality competition where a handful of queens face off in a fierce competition to win the title of America's Next Drag Superstar, a year's supply of makeup provided by whoever is the show's best friend at the time, a crown and scepter provided by Fierce Jewels, and $100,000 cash. Episodes are made up of challenges and runways with confessionals and behind-the-scenes drama sprinkled in. Each episode, RuPaul and a panel of judges pick one top queen to win the challenge, and the two bottom queens have to face off in a lip-sync battle for their life. The winner shantays and stays, whereas the loser sashays away. Now let's strap in and talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so since this is the first portion, we're not going to get into any spoilers for the latest season. Let's just say All Stars. If you haven't watched season 12, I'm sorry, stop listening right now. We're going to give the goods in the first half, and then the second half will be all the spoiler stuff from this latest season. Okay, so Rodolfo, we need some goods to give the people so that if they have never watched the show before, they feel inspired to watch the show.
Okay, well, first of all, like, I'm not like an expert on drag nor a drag queen. I'm just a huge fan of the show. And it's such a good show. It really brings to light like the queer culture that we like as a society benefit from so much in pop culture, but we don't know where it came from. You know, like so many of the isms and little like things that we do in pop culture, and we see in music videos, and we see in television, we see in art and all this, like stem from these drag figures, these trans figures, especially, you know, drag queens of color, Black drag queens, Latinx drag queens that started this whole like culture of underground fabulousness, you know?
Yeah.
So it is like such an important show to really grasp the idea of like, I think we, especially as like theater people in the Central Valley and, you know, artistic people in this like small bubble, we don't really understand the context of like how far we can push art. And this is like a great example of like, this is art pushed to the max in terms of, you know, representing women and admiring women, acknowledging women, and really like shining a light on the queer community that's driven by these fantastic, amazing trans women, cis women, just women in general. So that's why I love Drag Race. TBH.
Chris, what's a good that you have for the show?
Oof. I'm gonna say the best thing I think that has come out of Drag Race is the platform that a lot of these queens are getting from being in the spotlight. But ever since the show started, these wonderful people have earned recognition in the community and even outside the community, and it's given a lot of the queens, especially the ones who get further in the competition, a platform for like actual change and actual like it gives them power to change people, because there's so many people, especially in the LGBT community, who feel like they don't have a voice, and seeing people who are similar to them, whether it's because they do drag or it's because they're both gay or whatever the situation is, like having that representation is super important. And so that's my good for the show.
Snaps and claps. So my good for the show, I feel like for gay men, for any gay really, it's hard at first to feel connected to the community, just because there's so many, like, you don't know if you want to go like all in, you're afraid of what people will think of you, like you don't want to be seen with the wrong people. And I feel like because of like whatever your situation is, for the most part, that you feel like you have to be manly, like you can't show any femininity. And so growing up, I always like would see drag queens, and I would just feel like so much like confusion, like I was so upset by like what I was looking at. And I've always like tried to soothe that out, you know, because I know that like it was a wrong feeling to have. And then just until like I think like when me and Chris started dating and he wanted to watch Drag Race, like I had to overcome that like homophobia inside myself. Like it was so weird to deal with, because like it's so instilled in my system because of how I see, like how I used to see my family react to things. And so like it was just a part of me and I couldn't like get rid of it. And it wasn't until watching Drag Race that I could finally like pick away at those issues.
Yeah. And
then like it took me till like after season 3, because like the first 2 seasons, honestly, if we're being TT right now, I can't sit through them because I like don't like some of the challenges. I don't like some of the outfits. But anyway, after season 3 was when I finally started to like get it. Like I like felt I could connect to it and understand it and love it. And it just truly like let go of something that was in my chest for so long. Like it helped me go through that process.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, and especially the point that you brought up and, this internalized homophobia that we feel, it's like especially prevalent in Black communities and in Latinx communities of all sorts, because it is like conquered by this idea of masculinity and machismo. And like I had a similar kind of reaction, but mine was like different when I used to see people who are flamboyant or trans women or drag queens. I was like secretly just very envious, back when I was still like closeted, because they were expressing themselves. And I think that's what good about the show. It like televises people living in their art and in their happiness, and it lets you feel a sense of relief and laughter and joy with them, and seeing that it's possible to like find communities that accept you in all your flamboyancy and all your queerness, and in your full potential to be exactly who you are.
Yeah, I love that. And it also like what's also great is they don't only show you the great parts and the great feelings that the competitors are feeling. It's like everything. Like you see like them talk about some of their lowest moments and like why doing drag is so important to them. And I think that's so needed, is like that vulnerability to see people be weak and have like almost a support group with the other queens. Like it's important to like show that you can have feelings and that people should be there to support you. And it's that support that we also don't see a lot. So I love that sort of in-depth look, as well as the positives.
You know how interesting right now that I'm thinking about it, that like we're seeing these people who the majority of identify themselves as men, on the show, express their feelings through express their emotions, their sadness or their happiness through their feminine side, as dressing up as women and expressing all this. It's such a weird and interesting dichotomy that people find comfort in expressing their feelings through their femininity. And then RuPaul says this very interesting, RuPaul gets a lot of, hate and stuff. Which, for a lot of it for good reason.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
We're not going to say like, except like, she's pretty great.
Yeah. But I really love when he says, the power that I found in drag, I realize I can take this into myself out of drag. And the femininity, the emotion you find through your feminine, the strength you find behind this character, you can translate into your life as whoever you live when you're not that character. Which I think is brilliant. I think it's so cool.
We're all born naked and the rest is just drag.
Yes.
Quote me right now. I originated that.
Okay.
Welcome to the High Guys.
Anyway, so if those aren't reason enough for you to want to watch this show, then I don't know what you're smoking, bro.
They're not on our level. Not on our level.
So we're going to skip to the bad. Now, these bads don't mean you shouldn't watch the show. We're just saying, like, prepare for blank, or, like, our personal gripes with the show. It's not necessarily, like, a harsh comment on the show. So, Rodolfo, can you give me one of your bads for this show?
There's been quite a many scandal with this show. And I think my biggest takeaway from the bad of the show is, I watch the show for the queens, like I'm not necessarily watching it for the judges every week or whatever, I'm here for the creativity of the queens that are on the show. The two biggest things that irk me are, first of all, like how much hate people get through the fandom.
Oh my goodness, so much.
Which is, and it's weird, it's strange, and the fandom is composed of, I'm sure, like very young people, very people who just brazenly speak their mind and don't care about the consequences, because which in a weird way is kind of interesting because they feel so connected to this character, one of the characters in the show, that they they defend him, they see him as an icon, so they go out of their way and bash the people who sent them home in an episode or whatever. But that's definitely one of the bad things about, I assume too, about just being a queen on the show, that fear of having that. And then some of the judges, I don't know. RuPaul is like, RuPaul is eligible because she's a drag queen and she experiences something, she's done a lot of things in the world, but Yeah, I don't know.
No, I get you. I
Take
get
it
you.
away,
Because my feeling about the judges is that it's very strange to not have other people in the culture on your panel.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand for like the beginning of your show.
Yeah.
But then once the show became like popular enough and kept growing and growing, I feel like RuPaul should have done the next step in representation and should have put like famous drag queens on the panel, because like what does Carson Kressley know about drag? He's just a fashion, like I understand putting like a fashion designer on your panel or putting like a pop star on your panel, but their perception of drag is what they want it to be, not what it actually is.
Right. Yeah, no, very that. And I find myself forgiving it only because I also have to take a step back and be like, well, this isn't like representing like the normal kind of drag scene. Rather, it's representing like a reality TV version of it. You know?
Yeah.
So I always have to find a way to like take myself away from it and be like, you know what? If I want to go see a real drag show, I can go to the club. You know?
Yeah.
I can go see these queens, which I have. It's super, super cool, and the culture is so much more different than it is on TV, you know? But it's two different worlds. It's bringing it together, and I have to remember that that's what it is.
Where'd you see a drag show at?
Oh my god, I've seen many a Fab in Fresno. I went to Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach, and I saw Miss Delta work.
What?
Yeah, she is stunning.
That's crazy.
And I saw a few more drag shows in LA, and I always try to catch like drag race queens. But even if I don't, like just the local drag queens and whatever scene you're in are so freaking good.
Yeah, I went to one at Aldo's,
and it was quite the experience.
I know, it's so much fun.
I was like, that was when I was still like a little uncomfortable, but like seeing them lip sync with so much like stomp in their step, you know what I mean? I was like, damn girl, get it. Chris, do you have it bad?
Yeah. Oh, I had it. Oh man.
I have it.
No, I have that.
Side note though, do you know like a lot of the queens, they smoke so much.
Like weed?
Like cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh, weed.
No, like weed. I was watching just a few like just random things, and Latrice Royale is quite the pothead.
Oh, I'm so sure.
And then so is Jinx Monsoon.
Yeah.
Which I'm obsessed with.
I love her.
Jinx Monsoon. I think
Me too.
She's just a little witch from like, I don't know, she's like Stevie Nicks, she's just so interesting.
She's like a little ethereal being from Portland, Oregon. Like some weird
her voice is so high and interesting, and I don't know. I'm just fascinated by her.
Me too. A bad on the show, I'm gonna have to say, is the visuals when RuPaul's giving like a hint about what the challenge of the day is gonna be. I feel like that camera hasn't been updated to like what they're using for the normal show.
I'm so bad. That's the only thing you have against the show.
And I have a different one. I can't remember. But I've always had a problem, and then RuPaul's just, I don't know. I just feel like if you have that moment, take it, but she just doesn't.
We're over here like systemic racism is really bringing down the community, and Chris is like, RuPaul has not upgraded that camera.
She hasn't. Inconsistent. That's what I can't stand for.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm fucking dead. I'm done with this half. Anyway.
No, I had a good one, I promise. It was so good.
No, that one was good enough. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
Oh my god.
Oh, I remember it. Can I say it or no? Is it too late?
I want to hear it.
Go, pop off.
I was just going to say that the way that they treat the queens off camera when they're not in the competition is like a little extreme, and especially at this point, I don't know if things are changing or anything. The way that they're treated, they don't the drag queens who are on the show have to pay for like their own food, are basically like spending their own money to stay alive during the recording of the competition. And I understand they do have their own hotel rooms, but they're like blindfolded and not told where they're at. They're not allowed outside contact. That stuff makes sense because it's like, it's a reality show. You don't want stuff ruined, whatever. But like, they also don't really have like health care. Like, they're not protected under RuPaul's Drag Race TM. So like, if they get hurt, like Eureka got hurt, I'm pretty sure Eureka had to do her own deal with that stuff. Like, it's not liable.
Okay, so a more like explained version of this, of what Chris is yelling about, is that so many queens have come out after the show and like waited a couple years to really spill the tea of what it's like to be a part of it. And now World of Wonder, to cover their own ass, posts like behind the scenes stuff on YouTube so that people know like what the conditions are like. And so the queens are blindfolded and driven to somewhere, and they don't know where they are. They cannot open their blinds at all, and they cannot get out of their room at all, to the point where their doors are taped so that producers can hear them trying to leave.
Oh, sounds fun.
Yeah, and they don't have phones, and they can't watch any like current stuff, and they're just like sequestered in there. And then like the only food is the food, like what Chris was saying, that they can pay for to get, and they only make $400 a week. Yeah, it's a lot of random stuff that's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, especially, I don't know if it's changed now, but I would imagine, I would hope that they'd get better about it, considering how big they've gotten and how much money they're making now. I hope they're better about it now.
And they're with VH1 too, so it's like...
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though, is me and Chris, when we watched that, there was one of Latrice and Manila. So it was from like the latest All-Stars. I mean, like not that latest one, the one from their season. So that's like how close to now that it's been going on.
Wait, was it their season 1 All-Stars or season 4 All-Stars?
Season 4. Yeah.
Scandalo.
Oh, I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but it's fine.
We don't have the paperwork, so we can't prove it. But this is what we've researched.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, I knew about like the hotel thing, but I didn't know about the food. And I know a lot of queens have come forward and they're like, maybe you should try a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Maybe you should feed the people who are working for you.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, we're going to lead into the break now. When we come back, we're going to talk about All-Stars 5, our fave queens from that season, our favorite outfits. We're going to get into all the fun stuff and then analyze the show just a little bit more. Just a little bit.
All when we come back. See ya.
Hi guys, do you enjoy listening to us be stoned out of our mind? Well, don't forget that you can listen to us on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Radio Public.
We're also on social media. You can follow us at Guys That Are High on Twitter and Instagram, and at The High Guys on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know what you think about our conversations, or even suggest what we talk about next.
Now, take a hit and keep listening.
All right, so we're back, and the first thing we're going to talk about is I want you guys to tell me who your favorite queen is, like, of all time.
Okay, I'm going. So, I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you, since this is the spoiler section, I'm going to give you my favorite queen that's won Drag Race, and then my favorite queen that did not win Drag Race. So my favorite winner is Jinx Monsoon because she is so fucking zany and wacky, but so beautiful at the same time. And she went through a lot during her season and she fucking won. I was like, I almost cried when they said Jinx Monsoon because I was like, she has been beaten up by Relaska Talks too much. I don't know who these producers think they are showing me this shit. But then they when I was like, she learned from the struggle and she is better and she will always be better. So that's my favorite who won. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite who didn't win is a tie between Kimchi and Ben de la Creme. Mandela was robbed by her inner saboteur, and Kimchi is literally a walking piece of art, and I love her.
She's beautiful.
When Kimchi did her fucking dance for the lip sync, so fucking hilarious.
Are you referencing femme, fat, and Asian?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
So good. To the femme, fat, and Asian.
Okay, Rodolfo.
Well, my favorite queens, like in general, Bob the Drag Queen and Shea Coulee always have been since the original seasons.
And now now Shea Coulee's a winner.
Yes, she is. Wow, iconic. Since Chris said it too, I'm gonna say my favorite queen that did not win would probably have to be
Tammy Brown.
No, I kind of want to say Jujubee.
And that's great. That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
My favorite queen that is a winner, I would have to say, is Bianca Del Rio. And my favorite queen who has not won is Adore Delano.
That's a good one.
Because here's my thing. Watching their season was so touching to see, like, fucking the two spectrums of the Latinx girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You got, like, your put-together aunt who's loud as hell and will tell you off, but then you have, like, your sleazy cousin who's from Azusa.
Azula from freaking Avatar. The last
my bad.
Azula.
Azusa. She's a fucking Libra. Like, I don't know what else you wanted from her.
But you know what I mean? Like, that kind of representation. Yes. I was like, can it be like this every season?
I love Adore Delano so freaking much. I got blocked by Michelle Visage.
Oh yeah, tell the listeners
for defending for also defending Adore Delano because she was blocking everybody who was tweeting about the altercation that her and Adore had on All-Star Season 2.
You could say TMZ.
Literally, she and me. So I just tweeted about it. I was like, wow, I can't believe how mean Michelle Visage. I didn't even at her. I just put her name.
Yeah.
How mean Michelle Visage was to Adore Delano. It made me super sad or some shit like that. And then she blocked me. I was so hurt.
For being a backstabbing bitch.
But also one of the finer moments in my life. I'm very proud of it.
I can't believe I want you to send me a screenshot so we can put it on our Instagram so people can believe.
Oh my God. For having me blocked?
Yeah.
I have a screenshot of even like when I tweeted it in like 2015 or something. It's like the weird blocky Twitter, you know?
Oh my God.
So funny.
That's hilarious.
Our next guest has been blocked by Michelle Visage. Can you guess who it is?
Oh my God.
Okay, Rodolfo.
Wow.
Since you are our guest, please tell us how you feel about the India v. Alexis gossip and All Stars 5.
Well, I really did believe that it was real. And that says a lot, considering so much of the drama I feel sometimes is like forced on this show.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like, oh shit. And I really did think, I still think, even though they kind of like debunked it in the reunion thing, I still think there was some kind of ploy to get Shea Coulee out. Because why wouldn't you? Like, she is the one to beat, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, she won after all, but like, she is the one that's gonna have like the entire crowd on their side, has like a redemption story, is a fierce competitor. Honestly, if I was Alexis Mateo, I would plot to get her out too, because I'm trying to win too. You feel me?
Yeah.
I never feel bad for any queen who's like, who like sends somebody strong home. I'm just like, that is ambition.
Oh my God.
That is what it takes.
Like when Naomi sent home fucking Manila.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm still heartbroken.
Oh my God, that was the biggest gag I've ever felt. Listen, I was like,
And I like Naomi more than I like Manila, so to me, I was living for that moment.
Yeah.
Yes, Naomi.
You're like wagging your finger at the TV.
Yeah, just.
No, she did it. No, she did it.
Mm-hmm. I was waiting for a moment like that to happen on this one, but it
Me
never
too.
did. Everyone who went home made sense in the order they went home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's lead into my biggest issue with All-Star Season 5 was that it honestly felt lackluster. I felt like I wasn't really that excited for like what some of these queens were gonna do, or even that like some of these were chosen. Like it's such a weird group of people, and I feel like I don't know. It just made me feel weird. I wasn't like the biggest fan.
I disagree.
You a big fan?
Well, I think because All Stars 2 was like the epitome of like a good season. Like they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then AS3 for me was a bit of a letdown after that one, and then AS4 was doing it for me up until the second half because the Lollapalooza thing and the whole thing happening while they were like great performances, it just felt like super forced.
Yeah,
drama like the Gia and like the pheromone drama just was the dumbest drama I have ever seen.
Oh my God, it was literally too much to handle.
It was super annoying. So that one let me down. So when I think this season, why it made me feel so good is that there wasn't an element of like, let's bring back the girls to see who could come in, you know, and there wasn't like, and I really liked the lip sync assassins too. I thought those made it.
That was
exciting.
so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I say this every time we talk about lip sync assassin. In I want to say episode 3, one of the queens says, "Is it Laganja?" Because what? I looked at Claudio after I had laughed for 5 minutes, and in my head I was like, out of every single drag race competitor in 2020, you said, "Is it Laganja?" I couldn't see it, and I tweeted it. I tweeted about it, and Laganja liked my tweet. And I have never been so ashamed and wanted to delete my Twitter so quickly than when Laganja liked my tweet dragging her.
You put some respect on Miss Laganja Estrange's name, okay? She would be the perfect guest on this show. She is the biggest. Her name is Laganja. Are you kidding me? She's the biggest pothead.
I know, but she was so weird on the season. She was kind of a letdown.
Yeah, she was so. She was forcing it way too much.
Yeah. And then the whole like, that's not how you talk, and like that, because she would just put on this like thick layer of pop culture gay.
Yeah, no,
she didn't let herself be herself.
You know, but I go back now and I see season 6, and I really appreciate her for just being that one girl who everybody hated, but now you go back and you're just like, God, but that was so entertaining that everybody just like ganged up on her. I feel so
Dude, not for me. I was so annoyed. I was like, can you please relax? I felt like anxious watching her be a person. There's just so much energy.
Yeah, and only because it wasn't her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel authentic to her. And then when she was, like, really calm and just, like, when she got emotional and stuff and she just expressed herself the way she normally would, that's when I liked her.
And it only happened, like, once for 5 seconds? Like, it was so short. Yeah. And then she immediately was like, this is how I talk. I was like, Laganja, come back. No, you were so close.
Yeah, you see, it's almost, you see like Vanjie too, who's like this super extra person, but it works on Vanjie because that's who she is. She's this crazy little person.
And like we all have that like weird cousin who's like exactly like her, like Vanjie, who's just screaming all the time.
I love when she screams to the point where I can't understand her, because it happens often that she's like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
Oh. She points, so you don't know what's happening.
It was such a pleasure to see her be a lip sync assassin.
Yeah, she wasn't very good.
No, a lot of the lip syncs weren't that good in this All-Star season period.
Ma'am, I disagree.
Okay, so how many times does Miss Cracker have to walk left or right for you to understand? Not all of them are pretty great.
He said, okay.
I love Miss Cracker.
Listen,
I love Miss Cracker.
Evie Oddly killed it.
Great.
Shea Coulee versus Alyssa Edwards. Shea Coulee was great. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Miss Jujubee, her lip sync against Monet Exchange. She didn't know the words.
She sure fucking didn't.
No, she didn't.
And she talks about it in an interview. She was like, I didn't know the words. And we're like, yeah, we know, Miss Jujubee. Which was so upsetting because she is such a good lip sync performer. Like in her original season, how many times did she survived 4 times, right?
Oh, she sang the house down.
She literally house boots up and down, left and right, period.
Yeah.
I do not like Miss Cracker as a lip sync artist. I think she's so bad.
And I think combination of her, Jujubee not knowing the words, and the selection of songs, it just wasn't adding up for me.
Listen, if the person wasn't lip syncing from the thing, the lip sync assassin was good. Except the only horrible one was, I don't know what the hell Kennedy Davenport was doing. But it was so freaking
that was such a
weird.
It was such a dumb song to pick. Like, why did you pick that song? Because they both were just like doing what they really could with that song, you know? And it was like so close to the final 3 that I was like, why wouldn't you make it something that they can really like shine?
Yeah.
Like truly.
Hey, you're
battle.
saying that Miss Roxy Andrews was not legendary in One Last Time.
No, she was legendary. She was the most legendary, iconic. Wow.
Did I wish it was a different Ariana Grande song? Yes.
Yeah.
But her performance was a good time.
Yes, I was here for that. But like out of all the Reba songs, not her theme song. Like that's my thing. That's where I draw the line where it's like, that's where you lost me.
I feel that. Okay, I get what you're saying. I really do.
Yeah. I wasn't disappointed by a lot of the lip sync assassins. I thought they turned it out.
Yeah,
but I was let down by some of the queens.
And it truly felt like there was never that lip sync battle where I was like, absolutely 1000%. You both gave everything. You sweat. You bled on that stage.
Yeah.
Like there usually is in a season.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I was like,
in that time period.
Yeah, like even when Shay was going against people, like it was so obvious that she was like number one. Like the first episode was what really got me. Evie Oddly's lip sync assassin.
Yeah, versus Miss India Farrow was so good.
Yeah, like that one was like amazing. But everything else, I was like, only one person's doing a good job, not both of you.
Yeah, yeah, that's fact. TBH. I agree with that.
If Shea Coulee didn't win, who would you guys have wanted to win?
Jujubee.
Yeah, 1000%.
Okay, cool. And we're all on the same page.
Because listen, Miss Cracker, sure, yeah, she's great, but like she's not great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. And I hate to say this. I was rooting for Cracker on her season.
I was too.
But on All Stars, I don't know, something about it just seemed off for me. It didn't feel like, I don't know, like her.
I agree. Because, I mean, obviously, all I know about her is through Drag Race and YouTube. But, like, when I watch her on YouTube and, like, showing on people's shows and stuff, I love her. Like, she's so funny. I think she's so clever. She has a little Friday tea with Cracker or something on her Instagram. And it's so cute.
Coffee with Cracker.
Yeah, Coffee with Cracker. And I was like, this is great. Like, I love the content. Yeah. But I feel like on All Stars 5, she was just so, like, she was distant, like, emotionally, I guess, compared to, like, I feel like when you look at other queens in the season, you kind of really vibed with them on their emotional level and, like, their personal level. But I feel like there was that sort of disconnect from the audience and Cracker.
Yeah, I feel like some of the queens are like super good for television. And then some of them just, they were a lot better in their like club element or their performance element and stuff. Because I felt that way about Mayhem Miller. I think she's known to be like a stunning performance queen in the club. Yeah. I just don't think she translates well to television and the challenges they gave her on the show, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like her acting scene, like that scene was so lackluster.
Yeah.
With her in India, I was like,
Yeah, India the same. I think she was a great performance, like queen in the club or on a big stage. But the challenges they ask of Drag Race, they didn't really do well in any of them, TBH.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying is like the selection of queens was such a weird selection, and it shows like in how they performed in their challenges.
I feel that. Oh my god, India Farah's Jeffree Star was snatching.
Oh my god! Don't even talk about that.
I was gooped. I was so gooped. I was like, "That's who you pick? That's who you're gonna do?" Jeffree Star, the most bland, problematic person.
She looked so scary.
She did. She looked dead. I was like,
she
bitch.
was spooky. Oh my
Wow.
god.
So spooky.
Ew. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get into a serious topic. So, Rodolfo, guest of the show, how do you feel about this year being the first year that 2 Black queens won?
Oh my god. This is the year that 2 Black queens won, both Drag Race and All Stars. Also, a Black queen won Miss Congeniality as well, and that's Miss Heidi.
Oh yes.
So it's a reigning year of like Black drag queens, which I love. And I wanted Shay to win her original season. I really think she won that. I always say this, it's a little, controversial because I love Miss Sasha Velour. I think she's worthy of a win. She's done amazing things. She's one of my favorite queens. But, I think Shea Coulee won Drag Race and then Sasha won that lip sync. You feel me?
I do feel you. Because I agree with you because that season, I also thought Shea Coulee was like, between her and Sasha, I was like, okay, so that's obviously going to be these two. But I wanted Shea to win just because of like the importance of what her one would have been, with the kind of stuff that she showed in her season. It would have been so amazing for her to have won.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too is like everything she did, it was just like excellent,
Yeah.
Like every challenge that she won, she was amazing in. And then the final like big production number, which is like the biggest challenge to win in the season, she won, And she had a 2-point lead ahead of Sasha Velour. And it's just like, like Sasha is very confident in one field, which is like her visual performance kind of things.
Yeah.
When it came to like the other performances, Sasha was always very worried and looked very nervous and skeptical on stage, like the last number 2. But Shay just wasn't, She embodies this confidence is so important.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like Jada Essence Hall, and then the joy that Heidi brought.
Oh my
it's
god,
beautiful to see.
Heidi in closet.
I never thought like I would like care for a character on television or reality TV as much as I have.
Yeah, I just really wanted the best for her because she was so sweet.
I literally never cried on the show, but when she got sent home, I was so
Me
emotional.
too. Oh my god.
That's how I felt with Jackie Cox. I just got like so emotionally invested in her.
Season 12 was the season that was the most reminiscent for me of season 6.
Me too. Yeah.
It was so good. It was like non-stop hits.
But yeah, I think the 2 Black winners we have right now who embody like this confidence and excellence are just so good. I just love them both so much.
What?
I took a hit because it's the high guys.
I thought you were exhaling like you were.
He was taking a deep
like
breath.
You were under pressure, like you were so nervous.
I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot like this. But it's fine. No, okay. So top 3. Okay, so let's start with Ms. Cracker. My favorite look that she brought to the runway was the Fabergé egg 3-in-1 reveal.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I felt like it was beautifully created, and I thought that is a moment where we got to see Ms. Cracker be like her funny, clever self. And I felt like that performance was a little more personal, like it connected me a little more to her because she walked with hat was an egg with little legs. I was like, that shit's fucking hilarious. And then the egg part falls down and she basically just turns into Anastasia at the end. And I was like, I love the story that she's telling. I feel like I know where her mind was, and I was like, that's the shit I want to see. So that's my favorite Cracker look. My favorite Jujubee look is her fucking it's a tie between her finale when she was all in the gold. A tie between that and the fucking barbecue look with her big ass hat.
Amber.
Sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come. I was like, everything here is working for you. There was no bad. I saw no bad. I was like, this is your shit. Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
That is also my favorite Jujubee one.
Everyone calls me Amber. And then my favorite Shea Coulee the Queen look is a tie between her backyard eleganza when she had the assless chap wedding.
Okay.
That was a moment. And then her butterfly look. I was such a big fan of that.
Of the insects.
Yes, and her wings.
Oof.
And they said it was a little bit arts and craftsy.
Yeah, and what about it?
I was like, does it work or does it not?
It was stunning, and that's just on period.
Yeah, I was like, how dare you? But those are my favorite looks for the queens. And I agree with what happened. I feel like that should have been the top 3, and I feel like she should have won, and she did. So,
my favorite looks from Jujubee has got to be the freak out look, the one where she had a bunch of patterns and spiky head.
Oh my god, that was so amazing! I love it.
So freaking good.
Oh wow.
For Shea Coulee, I loved her. Loved the skin you're in. She was the Nubian goddess.
Yeah. That was a good one.
With the like stone tight. And then Miss Cracker. I can't remember. I can't remember any of her looks actually.
Which one's that?
I would have to say my favorite Cracker look was the finale look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, they all look stunning in the finale.
Yes, they do.
My favorite outfits from the top 3 All-Stars of All-Stars 5. For Jujubee, it is the backyard one because that was hilarious. I love Amber so much, and I love that her little shorts weren't even buttoned up all the way.
And her heel straps weren't strapped.
Yeah. My favorite Miss Cracker look. Now, let me just make a comment. I'm in the same vein as Rodolfo, where I'm like, none of them are really that, like, iconic. Except for the egg, because she came out as an egg.
Yeah.
And other than that, wasn't really getting it for me. I did like the finale look, though, like, before the lip sync, when she's wearing, before the lip sync, when she was wearing the big pink Russian outfit, like, that is beautiful. But everything else was just like, eh. And then my favorite Shea Coulee look is the final look with the blue dress and the blue hair.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was like, that is the outfit of a winner. It was like
the hair, all of it.
She is obviously the winner. Give it to her right now. And her performance was so good.
Yeah, there was no other option. She killed that lip sync. She killed that performance.
And the dress just helped, and like the hair was so iconic with like those movements, Yeah.
Yes.
Legendary.
I need to say something.
Go ahead.
About the series of Drag Race. And it is that in one of the seasons, in one of the lip syncs for your life, they lip sync to the song, they lip sync to the title song of Shake It Up. Disney Channel original Shake It Up with Zendaya
by Selena
Gomez, because me and Chris binge watched the show, and when that's like, I was in a daze, let me tell you. I was like tired, but I was in it. And then nothing brought me back to life. Then when I heard the Shake It Up theme song sung by Selena Gomez,
I threw my weed pen in the air.
Wait, what season? Was that season 6 or 7?
It was, I want to say it was a little later than that, like season 9?
Stop.
I want to say it was Monet Exchange. I feel like I remember Monet Exchange.
No, that's not correct.
I'll Google it. The internet has all the answers. Shake It Up. I want you guys to know I'm Googling Shake It Up and RuPaul's Drag Race in the same Google search.
Okay, not only that though.
Oh, it was April Carrion and Vivacious. It was season 6. I know my RuPaul's Drag Race.
You did good.
The other ridiculous song that they had was a Hannah Montana song.
Best
yes,
of both worlds.
dude. I was like, what is happening right now?
What season was that on? 11?
I do not recall. I know Miley.
It
Miley
was
a guest judge.
Oh yeah, it was the first episode of season 11, and that's how I knew season 11 was going to be a bad season.
That's literally, I told Chris like literally the same stuff. I was like, you know how you could tell that season 11 was a wild season.
After the first episode, it's a zoom in on Rodolfo on his couch, and you just hear, ooh, oh, yeah.
But all right.
And
do you have something else to say?
I was just gonna say I love that the final 3 for season 12 and All Stars was pretty diverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Yeah, very, very that.
I was like, this is
Jewish
change.
Queen. Yeah, they were stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, it was a good year. Well, it wasn't a good year.
Yeah.
It was a good year for drag.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it is a good year. We're about to move in.
That's
true.
We're really making it our own, you know? We're taking control.
Yeah, really.
So that is pretty much everything. Rodolfo, give them just one more tiny reason to watch All Stars 5.
Because you should watch All Stars 5 because why not? It's 2020.
Period.
You know, you're at home. You shouldn't be going out right now. Just sit down, crack open a beer, get some weed,
Mm-hmm.
smoke it out, and watch some queens just be fierce.
Party. Chris, give him a quickie.
You should watch RuPaul's Drag Race because it inspired me to go to the gay club. And granted, it was during quarantine, so I couldn't go. But I've always had anxiety about clubs, especially gay clubs. But now I want to go. And that is that. I said what needed to be said.
Stop. You did what needed
to be done. Claudio, do you have any reasons to watch RuPaul's Drag Race?
I think that people should watch Drag Race because you will understand what all of your friends are talking about if you do. Do you really want to be
real?
Do you really want to be that girl? Do you want to be left out of the joke? Come on, get with the times. Drag Race is now. Drag Race is the future.
Honestly,
he's coming, Mike.
Hey, that's okay. I guess now we're the goodbye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.